Warning, this episode contains a lot of spoilers. You've been warned. What's up, everybody, and welcome to TVCaptive.com presents the As Seen on TV podcast for Game of Thrones, Season 4, Episode 2, The Lion and the Rose. This week, we get some status as he burns his brother-in-law at the stake. We get a little bit of Bran in our diet. He has some visions. Theon is full-blown Stockholm Syndrome mode, and Joffrey's dead. See you next week. I kid. I'm your host, Mike, for this, and joining me again is the Clio, with a lion and a... It's a
It's a rose. It's a rose. I had a dragon on my shoulder yesterday. No, last week. No.
Nothing we could do can top that. That's it. Done. Next week, episode 3, Breaker of Chains.
Honestly, the rose was last minute. I saw it lying on my desk. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's hard. That's great. So, what'd you think of this episode?
Mm-hmm.
Was that the episode, or is that just really tasty?
And yes. I only have sounds to describe how I feel about this episode.
Is that a good or bad thing? So, anyway, I guess let's start at the beginning-ish. Let's go in order of what I gave. So we got Stannis, which we hadn't seen last episode at all. Him and his little party of fun people on Dragonstone. He's letting Melisandre burn more people. Okay, we're just gonna avoid all of this. What do you think of his wife? Selyse now. I mean,
now?
Yeah, further. I mean, last season was fetus in the jar lady.
It's the same. She's still lady who keeps her fetuses in jars. She's... You know.
She was excited that they were burning her brother.
Yes. Alive. I'm not exactly sure, like, we haven't seen that much of her, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on in her brain, but I think she's
daft.
She just really wants Stannis to be king, and she, she's just very uber super too supportive of Stannis to the point where burning my brother is awesome.
Burning my brother for the cause is awesome. And Stannis is just like, yeah, he was an infidel, so just went with it.
She's like, didn't you see their spirits? It's like, oh god, oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's just like, he's just sitting there with that stoic face, like, yup. So
need to adjust her meds.
They really need to adjust her meds. He's still hard on Davos, even though Davos is probably the only sane man on that island.
He is. He's hard on him because Davos keeps questioning Melisandre, which is the smart thing to do. Because she's crazy.
She is cray-cray. He's questioning Melisandre. He's just being moral, basically. He has morals. He's using his brain and, like, I'm glad you pray to this religion and all that, but, dude, this is fucked up. Yeah. I mean, really fucked up. By any standard. Next... You think Melisandre is going to successfully convert Shireen, is her name? Yes, Shireen is her name. Stannis' little girl.
Daughter?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The daughter is very smart.
Mm-hmm. She's locked up in a tower all day. All she can do is read.
Yeah, I don't think that Melisandre convincing her is going to be so easy.
Mm-hmm. Probably not. Melisandre's also smart and crafty, so you never know.
Yeah.
But
and
anyway.
She's still a little girl and still impressionable.
Yeah, impressionable indeed.
It might happen, might not, Never know.
So, as I said, we get a little Bran. Just a little bit. Bran's having a dream. He's eating something. Even though, wolf dream, whatever. Wakes up like, he's eating.
Was it a dream or was he in Summer's head?
He was in Summer's head.
Yeah.
So he fell asleep and he slipped into his wolf, basically, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, creepy face tree. Go creepy face tree. I like creepy face tree. Touches it and he gets a vision. So, guesses. What do you think it meant?
There's that three-eyed raven again. He's seen that in his dreams before.
I think he's been seeing that in his dreams since the very first episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't figure out whether that's gonna be just a sign of something, or whether that raven's actually out there and he's gonna find it. I don't know which one's creepier.
Which one's creepier? That's a sign, or that there's a three-eyed raven talking to him?
Yeah.
Psychically in his sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's going to be creepier. They're revealing more and more weird magical things as this goes on. I mean, ice zombies. Hello?
Yeah.
We got ice zombies, we got dragons. Crazy lady who prays to fire. Now we got three-eyed...
Gives birth to shadow creature.
That gives birth to shadow creatures and prays to fire.
Wait, I did have a question. Was that what Stannis' wife was talking about? Like, she gave you a son? She knew about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Moving on.
So we got all that. Now we got three-eyed ravens that talk to you in your sleep.
Yeah.
Alright, I can...
That was the raven talking.
Yes.
Because there were words with that dream.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the raven talking?
Yeah,
right.
It was... Like,
so I did read the first book, and the raven did talk in that book.
What did it say in this episode? Find me? You know, and then at the end of the dream was like, north. Like, go north, bitch.
You're not far north yet.
You're not far enough north yet.
Yeah.
So keep going north.
That's just something that creeped me out in the book, because I watched the first season before I read the first book, and then all, the crows and the ravens were talking, and I'm like,
yeah. A little crazy. So north.
Yeah.
It's like, come north. You're not far enough yet. There's ice zombies up here, but come north.
Do it anyway. I'm wondering if it's actually going to be that bird, or whether it's just going to be another warg. You know, though, so...
I kind of know. A spoiler, yeah, I've read up to, all the books so far. I kind of know, but you know what? It's still kind of vague.
Oh.
They give it to you, but, like, they're explaining it, and they're starting to give you bits and pieces. Like, stuff like that. But it's not, a full, whole explanation yet.
Yeah.
You can theorize, you can guess, you can go with stuff. There's a couple parts that really creep you the fuck out, but it's like when you wrap your head around it a bit. But anyway, moving on. That's spoilerific.
It's vague spoilers, so don't worry about it.
Vague spoilers, don't worry. That's why I'm stopping now. So now we got, as I mentioned, Theon. Reek. I'm sorry, no, his name is Reek. It rhymes with meek. Sorry, he says...
Also, probably because he smells.
That too. He's gimping his way through the forest, chasing Ramsay and his lady friend. And they're chasing down a lovely blonde with hunting dogs. Yeah, they're just nuts. I was going to ask how nuts are they, but they're nuts. They're all insane.
They're just... They're up there.
Uh-huh. So, Roose Bolton, Ramsay Snow's dad, illegitimate son of Lord of Dreadfort, he comes back after successfully murderifying Robb Stark, back to the north with his really lovely fat wife, which I completely forgot about. He says,
Well, that was his wife.
Yeah, like, I'll pay you... Oh. Walder Frey offered me, my new wife's weight in silver, so I picked the fattest one.
I totally forgot about that, because, after...
As soon as I saw her, I'm like...
Red Wedding, you kind of forgot all those conversations.
And then he introduced her as Walda. I go, alright, he names all of his kids Walder, Walda, or some variation of that name. He's got like 20-something kids, 100 grandkids, many great-grandchildren.
Yeah.
And he's 90. And his wife is 18. Well, his now dead wife was 18. That's lovely. But anyway...
Right, because... Cat fucking opened her.
Cat opened her, yes. Just, yeah. So anyway.
That was, though, yeah.
Roose comes back, sees that his bastard son has been torturing Theon, pretty pissed off, like, okay, first, here's my bargaining chip. I had to be smuggled into my own land, because his family holds the only way in. This really isn't spoiled. Moat Cailin, the way the geography is, there's the neck. It's like a thin strip of land that's a safe passage through all kinds of swamps. Moat Cailin is a castle. You have to pass through on that strip of land if you don't want to die horribly in the swamps. So the Ironborn hold it. Attacking from the south is suicide. So basically, they had to smuggle him into his own land. That's really not spoiling anything there. So
yeah, he sort of said that.
It's just some explanation as to why, like, it's such a big deal. So he's back. Bargaining chip is mangled. And then Ramsay says, I already tried making a deal with them, but they wouldn't budge. I don't know how to phrase this. I'm just going to go back to my original question. Is Roose Bolton the only sane man who lives at that castle?
Probably, unfortunately.
Because we got Ramsay Snow, the crazy torturer who hunts blonde women through the woods. We have the guy whose name Vargo Hoat, I think was his name, the guy who cut Jaime's hand off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where else I was going with that. Do you think he's going to have any luck taking back the North? Also, finally, Theon reveals that Bran and Rickon are not dead.
Yeah.
To somebody.
Yeah, which sucks.
Kinda sucks.
Kinda sucks.
Kinda sorta.
But Theon's broken. He just broke him.
Yeah, So...
I don't know. I think taking back the North's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be...
Is it bad that I don't want Bolton to succeed? I don't want him to succeed.
Yeah, me neither. No, he's kind of...
For the first time, I find myself rooting for Greyjoy.
Root for the Starks, come on. As long as half of them are still alive.
The Starks are...
Scattered to the four winds, yes.
Exactly. Right now, the conflict is between Bolton and Greyjoy.
Right.
And it's the lesser of two evils at this point.
Right. So anyway.
What I think is because the Greyjoys have never held the mainland, right?
They not really know.
I think it might end up being like Russia. Like if they take the mainland, they're not going to be able to hold it.
I bet, like,
because they're used to the water and shit.
They've tried before. Like shortly after Robert's rebellion, they tried their own rebellion to make themselves independent or whatever, and that failed miserably.
Yeah. So I think even if they succeed, they're going to fail.
Yes, pretty much. I think the Iron Islands are considered one of the 7 kingdoms. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because they call them the 7 kingdoms of Westeros and
7 gods, 7 hells, 7 heavens. Lots of 7s.
They like the 7.
They like the 7.
That works. So, where was I going with this? Greyjoys suck. Boltons suck. Don't want either of them owning the North.
No.
Plus, the North is huge. It's like...
Yeah.
I think it's almost the same size as the other 6 kingdoms combined, I think is how they put that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But anyway, to King's Landing, where a big, like 50+% of this episode took place. Finally see Varys. Not as much as I would have liked, but we finally see Varys. He's basically telling Tyrion, your sister saw, your sister knows about Shae, she's gonna tell your father, she's fucked. Get her out of here.
Yeah.
So, do you think Shae's actually gone to Pentos he sent her to?
I don't know, because now it's hard to tell what's going up in her head right now, because it's hard to tell what she would do, 'cause she's kind of very chaotic.
Yeah, Tyrion delivered that news. I mean, he could have basically just been adamant, like, everybody knows they're coming to kill you.
She wouldn't have... He said that.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not afraid of your sister. I'm not leaving. So he had to, try another approach. He tried saying, they're going to kill you. And she was like, no, they're not. What?
Whatever. I know, right? Stubborn much?
Yeah.
Like, oh, your sister tries to kill me, I'll kill her back. Sister's not gonna try to kill you herself. She's going to send a big, armored, strong man who would likely rape you first and then kill you. A lot of rape in this series. It's horrifying. But anyway, let's see. We were introduced to Mace Tyrell, but not very spectacularly. Do you remember Mace Tyrell? Because he was...
Yes, the father.
Yes, the father.
Yeah.
Barely... I don't know. They introduced him and it's like, done. Whatever. Well,
yeah.
Lady Olenna...
Because that's a not a patriarch, it's a matriarch?
No, he is Lord... By all law, he is Lord of Highgarden. He's the boss.
By law.
But his mother runs everything, basically.
Olenna runs that shit.
And nobody's got the balls to stand up to her.
Nobody would tell her no.
Pretty much.
The only one that could go toe-to-toe with her is Tywin, and even then.
And they're making it kind of more of an obvious joke in the show than in the book, you know, Mace Tyrell's leadership.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's funny.
Right, let's keep... So much happened in King's Landing. Let's see. Jaime's trying to relearn sword fighting with his left hand.
Yes.
Not going well.
No.
No. Bron's a decent teacher, I'd say. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, well, like he said, everything feels... I'm thinking, you know, you're such an expert swordsman, you'd think that adapting to the left hand wouldn't be as hard as he's making it seem.
No,
but
no. It is.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
It is, because...
You fenced. You would know.
I know exactly how hard it is to fight with a sword with your left hand if you're a righty. It's very difficult. It takes a lot of practice. And when you're forced, and that's the only thing that you can do is fight with your left hand and you haven't had practice, you're fucked. Because everything is opposite.
Mm. Yeah, I guess.
Brain tells you to go the sword to go one way when it needs to go the opposite way 'cause it's flipped.
Right.
So it is actually that hard.
Okay. I guess I can... that works. Do you think he'll ever recover some semblance of what the sword fighter he used to be?
Yeah, because the obstacle he's got now is that his brain is telling him to do what he used to do with his right hand, which his left hand can't do.
Right.
As soon as what Bronn is doing is perfect, just going at him, like, because Jaime doesn't need to know theory. He doesn't need to know.
He knows theory.
Moves. He knows it all. He just has to flip it.
Okay.
So that kind of practice is perfect, and I think Jaime's going to get right back on there after. You know.
All right. So let's move along here. Trying to just make sure I don't miss anything important in my head here. Wedding.
Jeez. Yep.
Yep.
Wedding.
Tyrion gives Joffrey a book. A good book. Mm-hmm. One that he says every king should read. And the look on Tywin's face was like, yeah, you really should read that. And then...
No, my fucking favorite is that Joffrey thanked him, and Tyrion's just like, what? You thanked me for giving you a book?
Alright. Goes, sits down, and then he gets his...
You're saying you're gonna read? Hold on.
I know, right? Like, I'm gonna go sit down, have a drink, and rethink my life.
Yeah, right? What just happened?
And then he gets the other Valyrian sword forged from Ned's great sword, which makes me sad. Goes to a little shit. Fortunately, he died before he got a chance to really use it. He hacked up the book. What a dick. I mean, I knew it was gonna happen, but dick.
Yes. Yeah, as soon as he did it, I was like, why did I think he was actually grateful for a book?
Well,
I actually thought when he took the sword out, he was going to murder somebody.
Yeah. In
front of everyone. I was like, whoa, he's gonna kill somebody.
Like, yeah.
Everyone's gonna see.
No, that wouldn't have been good. Not good, especially at your own, pre-wedding thing, gift ceremony. So he's married. He gets the whole thing. Nice, lovely party. Lots of food. So let's see, what happens at the lovely party? Prince Oberyn introduces his lovely mistress to Tywin and Cersei.
Oh, Oh my god, me and John were like, they're having a sass-off. It's a sass-off. Oh my god.
Pretty much was a sass-off.
It was a sass-off.
And Ty was just standing there smiling like,
Four of them, the sass. Oh my god.
I know, right? The sass. That was... I can't wait just for things to escalate with that, because Oberyn is awesome. But he's being portrayed, like, spot on. Like, here's Oberyn's character path. Here's how it's being portrayed. No deviation so far. I love it. It's really good. Okay, so what else? Joffrey chop. In what world is that a pie? That gigantic...
It could have been a meat pie?
That gigantic cake you could have baked 4 people into.
Yes.
And it looks like a cake. It's like, oh, look, the pigeon pie. That's a pie? That's the only thing I was... that scene I was trying to wrap my head around.
Well, I mean, it looked like it could have been made out of pie crust, and... I assumed it was like a meat pie.
Well, it had meat in it after Joffrey hit a pigeon. A dove, whatever. But,
that was super, like, Omen.
Oh.
So you kill a white dove on your wedding day.
We're gonna get right before that, though. Joffrey presents the entertainment. The lion head opens, and, like, 5 dwarves ride out representing each of the,
I can't deal. I can't.
What do you... Joffrey enjoyed it. Joffrey loved it. A couple of the Lannisters, Cersei and Tywin, were somewhat entertained.
Even they were like, oh, alright, okay.
Okay, but look at everybody else's faces. All the Tyrells. Everybody else present. Sansa was like, ready to kill somebody.
I actually, in my head, I was like, Sansa, stand up, stab Joffrey in the neck. It wouldn't take anything. She would just have to stand up, walk 10 feet, and stab Joffrey in the neck with the knife. That's it.
Yep.
That's all she needed.
Kind of crazy. Yeah, the look on everybody. Oh, the other interaction between Loras Tyrell and Jaime.
Oh my god. I was like, Jaime, what in the fucking world are you doing?
Like, yes, Loras has to marry Cersei. Loras is gay, and Cersei's an incestuous slut. Well, is a former incestuous slut. So, that's a match made in hell.
She's never gonna have sex with him, and neither is he with her.
There's gonna be nothing happening there. Jaime, even though, she'll sooner murder you in your sleep. But, yeah, they're sitting there like, yeah, she would. She totally would. But that poignant return, like, you'll never marry my sister, and neither will you. Good day.
Yeah.
I swear I saw a look of fuck
this
you
is
on Jaime's face, but
this is new Jaime trying to be old Jaime, and it's not working at all because he's not old Jaime.
No, he's not old Jaime anymore. It's not gonna work. But I guess that's kind of, he's back. He's surrounded by all his family, all of his old stuff. He's trying to go back to his old ways. You look like you have an epiphany. What's up?
Sorry, no, I just remembered Brienne and Cersei.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm a giant Brienne and Jaime fan.
Cersei's threatening Brienne. Even though Cersei, you know what? She's the one who gave Jaime the cold shoulder, as disgusting as that relationship is. She's the one being the bitch, and now she's going about, fighting off all potential love interests of her brother.
Which he's not even in love with her yet.
Right, exactly. He's not in love with her. She's in love with him. Whatever.
Yes.
But, yeah.
And Brienne just had that look like, what the stop.
She comes up, says, congratulations on your wedding. Marjorie's all like, Brienne! And Joffrey's like, you're the one who killed Renly. No, she had nothing to do with that. Oh, fuck, be gone with you then.
I don't care.
I don't care. Like, I was about to get up and shake your hand, woman, but nope. Like, he was excited for a second then. Though.
But now you are not worth my time.
So let's just get to the real fun part of this episode. The end. At what point did you know it was happening?
The pie.
The pie.
Pie.
When he ate the pie?
When he ate the pie. It's the pie. They're going to blame it on the wine and they're going to blame it on Tyrion, but it's the pie.
It's actually not, but we're gonna... Yeah, they're gonna blame it on the pie. I don't know how they...
Wait, they're going to blame it on the pie?
I don't want to spoil anything, I'm thinking. I'm trying to remember how it happens. It's been a while. Yeah, they definitely... Cersei goes full-blown, balls to the wall. My brother did it. Tyrion did it. You saw?
Yeah, of course.
My son... I think she's going to use the... Because you saw Joffrey died, and he, like, kind of points limp-handed at Tyrion.
Was he pointing at Tyrion or at the pie?
Well, Tyrion was holding the cup, too. So was he pointing at Tyrion, or was he pointing at the cup? I mean, you could make the argument that he was pointing at the goblet like, it was the wine! But, Cersei's going to use that. She hates Tyrion her whole life. She's going to find... She finally has ammo. Whether, it's true or not, we don't know. Tyrion could have, for all we know, poisoned them.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And obviously they're going to throw Tyrion in the dungeon.
Yeah.
And I want Sansa, to step up and get him out.
Well, if you noticed, Ser Dantos came to her and said, if you want to leave, now is the time.
I know. But I don't know if that means leaving King's Landing or just getting the fuck out of the party. Just distancing herself from the castle.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully. As much as Sansa annoys me, and she has since the moment they introduced her character.
I love Sansa. Shut your face.
Oh, I love her too, but you know what? I love her because she goes through a lot of shit that she doesn't deserve. But at the same time, she's an idiot.
At the same time, she's 14.
Oh yeah, that is right. I keep forgetting that
she's
only
super
14.
fucking young.
I keep forgetting that she's 14. Doesn't help that the actress is like 6 foot something. I don't know if she's actually 6 feet tall, but she's gigantic.
Yeah.
You see her standing next to, people in like cast photos or whatever. It's like, gah! Like,
yeah, especially
you're tall.
her standing next to the actress who plays Arya.
Yeah, there's
because she's still super short.
Mm-hmm. I think they're only like a year apart or something, but
yeah.
Anyway, and episode cuts to credits with Joffrey lifeless, one eye looking in one direction, the other eye looking in the other, and blood just out of her everywhere.
It finally happens.
It finally happens, and
I'm not that happy. I'm not as happy as I should be.
Yep. Where is it? I'm pulling it up right now. The text.
No, don't pull it up. Come on.
Alright, I won't call. The text you sent me the other night, Sunday night. Why can't I be happy?
The text?
Yeah, I was gonna pull up the picture.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, you were gonna pull up the picture?
No, I don't have the picture.
Oh, okay, good.
Chrissy, let's see. 10 p.m. Sunday night. Why don't I get to be happy?
Because it ended. It ended. The credits, mellow music, and I just look at John. I'm like, why can't I be happy?
Like, why? It's.
Why wouldn't they let me be happy?
Because as I responded, George Martin is a terrible person. Come on, he's killed Ned Stark. He's killed Robb Stark. He kills all of your favorite main characters.
He hasn't actually. Ned Stark's the only favorite.
Yeah, okay. He kills all the characters you're somewhat rooting for.
Yeah.
And he finally kills the villain. It's like, but your favorite character is in shit now.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. But anyway, next episode is called Breaker of Chains. We got a little preview.
Daenerys, obvi.
Yeah, Daenerys, obvi. We get a preview of her. She says, I have a message for the people of Meereen, and it cuts to a shot of catapults bombarding the walls. Things are going well for her. She has siege engines. I mean, they probably just
Where did she get the siege engines? They're not on her caravan, are they?
No. Actual moving large armies, actual, like, wartime practice, you would build the siege engines when you got there.
Okay.
So they probably got there.
They are gonna hunker down for a siege.
Yes, probably. They got there, they found some good wood, chopped down some trees, built the siege engines from scratch. I mean, that's...
They're in a desert.
Well, they're on a coast. It's not really a desert-y. I mean, they'll...
It's like Egypt.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to explain it, because they have been portraying it as kind of deserty.
Yeah, it's like Mesopotamia deserty, like, by the water.
But, it is better to build them when you get there, because then you're not dragging around how many tons of extra garbage.
Yeah, and you're not risking them breaking mid-transport.
Exactly. It's good. So that's happening. There's really the major thing that I remember happening. She's getting to Marine, and she's going to try to take that place over.
Well, we're still going to see lots of stuff from King's Landing, because I remember seeing Tyrion in a dungeon talking to Varys or something.
Tyrion is in hot water.
Yeah, well, to say the least.
King chokes.
We get see what happened to Sansa.
Oh yeah, that too. Hopefully some good things finally happen to her. Tyrion, I feel bad for, because Joffrey's choking to death. Cersei and Jaime are like trying to help him. Tywin's standing over him, like the look on his face immediately he knew. He's like, fuck, he's dead. Because he didn't even try to help. He just looked down and he was like, nothing I can do. And then Tyrion goes over and he's inspecting the cup like, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else I could say. I'm happy the little shit's dead.
You know too much.
I know. No, it's not even that. I don't know what else I can say based on the the episode and everything, because I want.
There's a shot.
There
was a shot. I think it was when Tyrion walked around Joffrey to pick the cup up. There was a shot of the cup, but you saw Olenna. And Jon actually thinks she had something to do with it. I'm not sure, but Olenna, I think she knew. Whether or not she had anything to do with it, I think she knew that the wine was poisoned, or the pie was poisoned, or something was poisoned.
Well, I won't do it on here, but I could tell you both if you want to know who killed Joffrey.
No, I don't want to know.
Okay.
I don't want to know. You shut your mouth.
Shutting my mouth. It's very complicated. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
It's not simple as, X person poisoned the wine, or, the pie had something in it or anything. It is a very complicated series of, 50 events, but they'll reveal it. I hope.
We have all season.
We have all season. They'll reveal it. So, anyway, I don't know what else I could say. I think I'm good.
Yeah, that's all there is, honestly.
Yeah. So, Clio, where can the people find you?
They can find me at Cliomoto at Twitter and other places, and on Twitch you can find me at the Cliomoto.
The Cliomoto. The Clio.
Oh wait, here it is.
Found it. Oh damn! I forgot to put him in the frame again.
It's okay.
Whatever. I'll remember next time. Maybe. Probably not. You can find her there. You can find me on Twitter at Thilladren, THILLADREN, and Twitch. I don't stream much, but you can find me there too. And you can find all of us on tvcaptive.com, as well as on Twitter and Facebook and Gmail, Google+, YouTube, ASOTV podcast, one word. Find us on all those things at that. I'm Mike, that's Clio, and have a lovely week. Try to be happy that Joffrey's finally dead. Yay! Hopefully Tyrion's not next.
Shut up.